I would have thought people would start recognising you now. You're one of the big faces.
No, because look at me, I'm like, I mean, I put the hat on to give you some kind of like that I'm dressed up. Funnily enough, I'm not like, even though my show is very, and the posters are very kind of iconic look, retro, strong kind of image, I actually don't tend to dress up too much during the day, so nobody notices me. And even years ago when I used to put my posters up, they're like, who's that? And I go, it's me, and they go, it's no way, it's you. And I'm going, it's me. After about 2 hours makeup, I can look like this. So unless people have come to see the show, because I unravel during the show and I kind of disintegrate from being quite enigmatic to someone that looks it's climbed out of a bush. If you come to the show, then you'll recognise me in the street looking like a tramp. They'll go, that's her. I don't see myself as burlesque artist or cabaret, so that's where it's confusing for some people. I think I have a look, I think dark hair, and when I do my makeup, it's very kind of that 1940s look, and actually pays more homage to kind of the likes of Ava Gardner or Rita Hayworth. I mean, I'm more like kind of into Hitchcock films than I would be into burlesque, because it's striptease and I don't do striptease. So in a way it's because you're a woman with a certain figure who wears a certain look. I think it's very funny when I get people to come to my shows, because I can go and I look at them and I think, those guys think I'm going to strip, or, you know, because they think it's a burlesque thing. And you can see the roar, and after about 4 songs they're going, roar, what's this about? And then they enjoy it for a completely different thing, because it's about singing. But certainly I think it's a mixture of theatre and music and cabaret. So it's more about narrative stories and about the characters that exist in them. My interest is actually to start it off being quite enigmatic and then rip it apart. So really, as a woman, you're showing that you can be anything, and actually you don't need to be a slave to a type of performance which people think you're going to be a chanteuse singer, that you can actually bring them on a journey where they see parts of themselves, that you can be strong, weak, vulnerable, evil, and so therefore when people come after the show, especially girls, they're kind of amazed by that, because like say if I love the style of somebody like Dita Monteith or something, but I would never be someone who'd keep that standard up. And I think it's important that you can look one thing, but you can also have a laugh at yourself at your own expense. So, sure. You know, and I think people enjoy that madness, though you can see they get a shock. They're kind of going, maybe, I think Scots people and Irish people have good amount of melancholy in them, and ballads that are sad but that are actually quite comforting and nice. And I also, from the dark side, I go to a very I use a lot of my humour on stage, which I never used to do before. I used to be quite quiet between songs, but then my friend said, Cam, you're quite eccentric, why don't you share that? I said, are you sure I should unleash that? So now I kind of joke in between stuff to relieve people, and which is quite nice, because I suppose it shows a side of me which is quite affectionate. Everything I do, I hope I do with sincerity, because that's what I appreciate when I go to see somebody. Like, I love people who are completely different to me, who just stand still and sing beautifully, and I kind of go, wow, I wish I could be as subtle as that. But I like people who are real. Like, if you're going on stage, you feel like you're getting everything. And I suppose in a way, when I prepare, like now in an hour's time, like from about 7 to 10, I'm preparing in my head for the gig, because as soon as I get on stage I have to hit the mark, and the mark isn't exactly it's not easy. It's like you're straight in. My first song is My Death, so you know that you can usually see the audience going, but I like to do songs that make them kind of question what I'm up to, or that it's not going to be like, so it's that kind of song. I prefer them to be going, I'm either hating this or I'm liking it. But so the whole show is always about keeping them on their feet. And I think that's something I've learned over the years becoming a singer, is I used to really feel upset if somebody didn't like the gig, but then I realised if everybody liked it, you might as be a wedding band. So you've got to have people who really love it, and some of them who thought you were going to sing Edith Piaf and be beautiful and lie on a piano going, it's horrific, I hate it. So there'll be a good measure of fun and badness in there, you know. It's more, I feel like a child up on stage, just kind of throwing my toys out of the pram in a nice way, you know, lobbing it in the audience.